All right, here's San Jose State's new athletic building that they just built. They paid a lot of money to get it built, and from what I hear, it's top of the line. The only problem is they put it in the middle of its football stadium. This is San Jose State's Spartan Stadium. At least this is what it used to look like. This is a stadium that I've actually played in before against San Jose State of the Mountain West Conference. Now, before they demolished one of the grandstands, this was actually a nice stadium. I've always liked it even before I went to college. And one of the main things that stands out to me is that for a group of five stadium, they actually had kind of a mini upper decks in the end zones and a upper deck on the home grandstand. I think that they did a poor job. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This is something that I always mention. You never, never, never take away stands. Now, this is the first college football, Division I college football stadium I've seen where an entire grandstand has been knocked down permanently and replaced with an athletics building. I'm disappointed in San Jose State. This was the wrong move. They knocked down one of their grandstands for an athletic building. I mean, what were they thinking? San Jose State, man, what were you thinking? This is a big no-no. You took down basically, 40% of your stadium for an athletic building. Athletic buildings are typically built in the end zone, or even they could have built that same athletic complex above that existing grandstand, and everything would have been fine. They could have built it. They already had end zone seating. They could have placed that above one of their end zones or behind one of their end zones, and they even have a tunnel on looks like one of their north or south end zones. They got a tunnel already built. They could have built that athletics building behind that end zone, and they already had a built-in tunnel where they could have had their if they have locker rooms in there, they could have had a built-in tunnel straight out of the locker rooms onto the stadium. I'm totally disappointed in San Jose State. San Jose State. Sorry. Big mistake that San Jose did in their $70 million renovation of Spartan Stadium is they took down one of the upper sections in the end zone for their new video board. Now, they could have added this video board and the exact same video board and just placed it above the upper section that was already in the end zone. I mean, not only was demolishing the away grandstand a bad idea, they already had a symmetry in the stadium in the end zones. They had almost like an upper deck in both end zones. There was no need to knock this down just to build this video board. And I mean, that's the thing about knocking down parts of your stadium. When you knock them down, you'll never get them back. And here you can see some construction of their new $70 million athletics complex. But yeah, same here. They knocked this set of seating down. They're never going to get this back. That seating, they're not going to bring that. They can't knock this down to add that seating there. And same thing with the athletics building. They're not going to, now that they've knocked down the grandstand, they're not ever, and spent $70 million, they're not going to knock that $70 million building down and build a grandstand. You're stuck with this. That's why you never get rid of seats in the stadium. You never demolish. If you demolish something, you better build it right back, because it's never coming back. If you leave it like that, it's never coming back. So here's a few construction pictures of Spartan Stadium during their renovation. This is the first time I've ever seen this, and for good reason. There's no way to justify Yeah, the grandstand may have needed a little bit of work. It may have need some upgrades to maintain it. Probably needed also to go on top of that, maybe a fresh coat of paint and some other things. But they had $70 million. Sure, you want this big beautiful athletics complex, but that's not how you do this. They plopped this big $70 million building. They knocked down the grandstand and built this $70 million building inside the playing complex. They're never going to get that grandstand back. There were so many other ways that San Jose State could have spent that $70 million, and they just wrecked their stadium. Now, when you have recruits coming into the Mountain West Conference, 2 and 3 star level recruits. How many stadiums in the Mountain West are better than San Jose State's now? I can name about 2 or 3: Boise State, Colorado State, UNLV. Maybe even Wyoming beats this now. They've only got one grandstand. And I'm sure when they got that $70 million, they thought what they thought. They thought this. And that's why I'm, making this series, because a lot of these universities don't know what the heck they're doing. And when they get that big $100 million, $70 million, $300 million check, they make bad decisions like this, and that can't be reversed. In order to not get your grandstand back, you've got to potentially knock that $70 million building down. And you're shooting yourself in the foot, so it's never going to happen. During my research, I found this. Now, this is an expanded Spartan Stadium, up to 60,000 seats. Now, as you can see, this is a great stadium design with a lower bowl and an upper deck. It actually resembles the old Orange Bowl, the University of Miami, but this is beautiful. Imagine if this had have gone through. Imagine if they did this with $70, $100 million. They'd surely be invited to a Power Four conference, and the entire history of San Jose State football program would have been in a totally different direction. Instead of doing this, they chose the wrong direction, and now they ended up with this. That's all I got. You guys have a good one.